The first thing I wanted to mention was, were you all at the general session yesterday, right? Is that when it was, or was it last week? I lose count when I get inside the Palmer House. Anyway, how about that Ameritech promotional video? Did y'all like that? I don't know about you, but I wanted to run right out and buy a cellular phone.
Slow down there.
But they didn't have any neat telephones in the Indiana. I also wanted to steal a joke from Bob Konachek. He's told me this joke 2 years in a row now, and I finally took the hint, so I decided to repeat it to a large crowd. But anyway, did you know that this year they had a Director's Day? And I don't know, some of your directors may have come down. Well, there's a NOTIS site near here, and the director decided to come down for the conference. And so he got a van out of his university's automobile pool, and he got some of his people together, and they piled in the van, and they were driving down. Now, he brought with him his IBM customer rep. I haven't even hit the punchlines yet. He brought a NOTIS customer rep also. He brought his systems programmer, and he brought his applications programmer with him. So they're driving down the interstate, and they have a flat tire. So he pulls over to the side of the road, and he looks over at the IBM customer rep, and he says, "Well, what should I do now?" So the IBM customer rep says, "Well, the solution is obvious. You need to buy a new van." So he looked into the back seat, and the systems programmer was sitting right there. So he said, "What do you think I should do?" And she said, "Well, I think we should block off the freeway in both directions, replace all 4 tires, and see if that works." So the director's still shaking his head. He looks over at the applications programmer and says, "What do you think I should do?" So the applications programmer thinks about it for a minute and says, "Well, I think we should turn the van off, turn it back on, and see if that fixes it." So way in the back of the van, sitting in that seat, you know, that faces the opposite direction of the L station wagons, is a NOTIS customer rep. So the director asked the NOTIS customer rep, "Do you have any ideas?" He says, "The solution is obvious. You need the new release." Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to introduce the NOTIS staff who was brave enough to come tonight. Stacy Kowalczyk is here, Helen Bala, and the next person on the list is not a NOTIS employee, but she's the one that makes the conference go, and I hope she's still here because she's been threatening to go home or up to her room. But Marla Levitt, if you haven't met Marla yet, thanks to Marla, things happen on time, unless it's a programmer session. We have Dave Slocum, John, you know, John, I get your name wrong every year.
You don't say the W. Silent W.
Leica. And I'm going to have to skip that one. Ken Victorson. And some of this is written in assembly language. John Cohen, Sarah Randall, Ben Shapiro, Jim Ritter. There's another one. Dave Dempsey, Kathy Kalinsky, Jerry Speck, Tom Burns, Scott Lubeck, and Peter P. For those of you whose names I skipped, you can come up and give me the pronunciation later tonight after I've had a few more beers. There's someone who's back with us this year that I want to point out quickly. She was the founder of the bum steer roast, or the agitator, as people like to say. But Lee Williams is back with us this year. Now, Mary Beth Ward is here with us, and Mary Beth. Mary Beth would like to come up and give us a Jane report.
Thanks. Before I do the Jane report, I wanted to mention that if anyone has any complaints about notice software, or delivery dates, or anything like that, tomorrow at 11, you should be talking to. She does NUGM, but basically anything that goes wrong, I'd like her to take responsibility for it. I just wanted to answer the question that many of you are asking me individually in terms of Jane, and you know, Jane is looking at some opportunities very selectively, and if any of you want to call her, she said it would be fine for me to give out her number, so let me know, and certainly, you know, she misses